Friendly's is a restaurant chain on the East Coast which opened in 1935. Thank you for your suggestion.
Are you ready? It's Friendly's Fresh Start for summer, and we're kicking it off with our new Fresh Start menu. Choose from over a dozen delicious new items, like our fresh, never frozen build-your-own burgers, and fresh new crunchy crispy salads. And the cherry on top, you could win a free Orlando theme park vacation for the whole family. So come on in. Fresh, fun, Friendly's.
In the summer of 1935, two brothers, Curtis and Prestley Blake, decided to go into business for themselves in Springfield, Massachusetts by opening up an ice cream shop. The 18 and 20-year-old Blakes borrowed $547 from their parents to finance the venture, naming their shop Friendly's Ice Cream as a pledge to both themselves and their customers that they would offer warm and caring service. The Blakes made their own ice cream in a 2.5-gallon freezer they had purchased with the borrowed money. The first 4 days, they served the ice cream in cups, but when they decided to offer double-dip cones for a nickel, business began to take off. As the warm weather of that first summer waned, the brothers realized that they needed to offer more than just ice cream to keep customers coming in over the winter. After taking a poll of their patrons, they decided to add hamburgers to the menu. By the following summer, the Blakes were doing well enough to hire an additional employee, and in 1940, they opened a second shop in West Springfield, Massachusetts. During World War II in early 1943, the Blakes closed their shops for the duration. Curtis joined the service while his older brother worked domestically for the war effort. They put signs in the windows of their restaurants announcing that they would be closed until we win the war. They returned to civilian life and reopened their shops. They expanded again in the late 1940s with new locations in Longmeadow, Massachusetts, and Thompsonville, Connecticut. By 1951, a total of 10 shops were open in the two states. That year saw the introduction of take-home half-gallons of ice cream and expansion of the restaurant's menus to more ice cream products and a variety of sandwiches. The company also built a manufacturing plant in West Springfield to produce ice cream for the growing chain. Over the next 2 decades, Friendly Ice Cream expanded into other states throughout New England and Mid-Atlantic region, establishing an especially strong presence on Long Island. In the late 1960s, the Blake brothers took Friendly Ice Cream public with a stock offering. By 1975, the chain had more than 500 restaurants, and that year the company opened a second manufacturing and distribution plant in Troy, Ohio. Restaurant menus had expanded over time to offer breakfasts, chicken, seafood, salads, and more, though ice cream products continued to account for a major share of the company's business. Chocolate maker Hershey Food Corp., seeking to diversify, purchased Friendly Ice Cream for $162 million in 1979. By this time, Friendly had more than 600 restaurants in 16 states and annual sales of $200 million. Hershey began to aggressively expand the chain, opening more than 100 restaurants within the next 5 years. In 1984, the company opened its first outlet in Florida, and by the following year, as it celebrated its 50th anniversary, there were 740 restaurants and 34,000 employees. Sales growth seemed to come from the newer locations, while sales from the existing location caused it to become stagnant. Competition from McDonald's and other chains began to eat into the company's sales and profits. Friendly was still not performing as well as Hershey wished, and in September of 1988, it sold the company to Chicago-based Tennessee Restaurant Company, or TRC, for $375 million. TRC had purchased the 330-unit Perkins family restaurant chain in 1985 and the acquisition of Friendly made it the second largest operator of family restaurants in the country. In 1989, Smith added the apostrophe S to Friendly to make it Friendly's. As the 90s rolled in, Friendly's, as it was now known, was slowly selling off its locations and closing others. In June of 2007, Friendly's was bought for $337 million by a private investment firm called Sun Capital Partners. A casualty of tough economic environment, rising commodity costs, and changing customer tastes, Friendly's announced it had filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and closed 63 stores in October of 2011. On January 9, 2012, Friendly's announced that it would emerge from bankruptcy protection, but closed 37 more locations. June 20, 2016, Dean Foods announced the acquisition of Friendly's ice cream for $155 million. Friendly's locations continue to disappear from the landscape. All locations closed in Ohio in 2014, Rhode Island and Virginia in 2019. On November 1st, 2020, Friendly's announced that it would file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy again and sell substantially all of its assets to Amici Partners, an affiliate of Brix Holdings, for $2 million, citing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States. Amici acquired 130 corporate-owned and franchise restaurant locations with plans to keep all locations open. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.